to another episode of Gaming with Kohath. Today we're going to jump into another premiere draft of Strixhaven. I've been missing it. I've had some pretty hefty projects at work all due and finally finished, so I'm ready to jump into another draft. Certainly been enjoying it, and so taking a few days off has been frustrating, to say the least. That said, I feel like I'm really enjoying creating content for this channel. I'm creating content for you, and I hope that you enjoy these videos too. And so if you are enjoying these videos and you have an opportunity to sit down and watch a few of them, why don't you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe, come back for some more. It certainly helps us out and will help me continue to know what content you really like to see and what I can continue to build on. Do keep an eye out. We've got a few special episodes coming up soon and can't wait for you to be a part of it. So we'll go ahead and click ready, jump into the queue here. All right, what do we have? We have Mila Crafty Companion, which is a major bomb. Absolutely. Haven't had a chance to play with it. 3 mana 2/3. Whenever an opponent attacks one or more planeswalkers that you control, put the lowest counter opponent planeswalker. That's fine. Whenever a permanent you control becomes a target spell ability opponent controls, you can draw a card, which is fantastic. Other good cards in this pack, a lot actually. Eliminate Necrotic Fumes. Emergent Sequence has some really good play. Frost Trickster is quite good. Enthusiastic Study is playable. Annihilation is good. Biblioplex Assistant is good in many decks. Silverquill Pledge Mage is certainly playable. Very good pack overall, but we're going to take the Mythic Bomb here. Not sure we're in Lorehold, but I think white is at least a reason. We have reason to be in white for sure. What do we have here? Quanix Pledge Mage is quite good. Blood Researcher as well. Environmental Sciences is good. Lashing Malice is good. Pillar Drop. And Pillar Drop works really well with Mila, actually. Varying Books. Lash. So this is a bit awkward. So I can take the Pillar Drop, which matches my first pick, continue to push into white. Which at this point, I think Mila is good enough that I want to push into white. And it's a double white card, so I actually need to be in white. It's not really splashable. Quandrix is very good because you could go Azorius or Selesnya, and it just fits really well in those decks. Burying Books is a fantastic removal spell, as is Lashing Malice. But here, I really think I need to push into white a little bit heavier. So I think that's where we're going to go. But there's reason to take those blue cards, even the black card, and run into Silverquill if we wanted, Orzhov. Detention Vortex, pure trash. Burying Books again, Expel. Expel's likely to return. A lot of people just don't like playing in the white decks. Inkcaster's a very good card. The red cards here are not great. Spectre, I play one of. I don't think it's worth taking here. I'm in between Inkcaster and Bury. I think seeing two Burying Books is a really good sign that blue is kind of open to my right. So I think I want to take the Bury and see where that takes us. Expel, I really do hope comes back. We will play Expel. Titan, meh. Pop Quiz, solve the equation. Another Expel here. I think I want a Pop Quiz here. The reason for it is because we can start picking up some lessons. 3 mana draw a card is a terrible rate, but 3 mana draw 2 cards, that's divination. Granted, you're stuck in what your second card could be, but divination's playable, and it's not even instant speed, so I think Pop Quiz is a little bit better. Variant Books again, yeah. Blue is wide open. We're going to be very happy moving into blue here. Show of Confidence is a very strong card. I wouldn't mind getting some of those. But yeah, we're going to take Bury here. Continue to try to tempo out our opponents. I double checked here with Mila when I looked at Show of Confidence, make sure that whenever it's a target of speller ability an opponent controls, because it'd be really overpowered if I could target it and then I choose not to pay or do anything, and then I get it and get the card, just like an RN enchantment type build. You're really, really strong. Alrighty. Exponential Growth, okay. Snow Day, very good. Study break, very good. I think we're gonna take study break here. I want a lower curve than a higher curve. I would play snow day still. I think snow day. Oh, wow. Speaking is difficult today. I think snow day is very good. I would definitely play it. I think study break here in our deck currently works a little bit better. We do need to get ourselves some lessons, but I'm happy to pick up a study break. I feel like we're in the right colors. I mean, it's not one of the. It's not a standard school memory lapse. So here I'm in between memory lapse and one of the campuses. Um, I think we're seeing a lot of black come around. I think I want to take the Silverquill campus here. There's a chance that we end up playing Esper a little bit, and I think that could be really strong for us. And see, even here, so now we got Arrogant Poet and Hunt for Specimens, both very good cards. Wormhole Serpent as well. Um, I think I'm going to take. Oh man, we're already so high on fives. I'm going to take the two drop Hunt for Specimens. It's a really good sign for black, and so picking that up pick 7 is pretty helpful. Necrotic Fumes is very good. Introduction to Annihilation, Spiteful Squad. We're going to take. Ooh, I don't know if we're really that heavy into black. I almost took it. I'm going to take Squad. Squad does work. We certainly did pass early on that Lash of Malice, and I guess that's it. We haven't seen a ton of black, so chances are someone else is in black. But the Necrotic Fumes just isn't really going to be worth playing or picking up. There's a chance I should have taken the Introduction to Annihilation just for board purposes. Here, very happy to pick up Opt. I kind of hope, in all honesty, I kind of hope that we can actually run Azorius. But the way this is playing out, we very well could be a. I'm going to take Star People. We really could be an Esper deck here. Our blue is simply spells. Fairly easy spells that we can cast. It's not a bad deal. Our white's the only one that's mana intensive, and we also have a couple red there, but I don't think we're currently looking at playing Luca at all. We'll take Thrill Possibility, put that into our board. Sudden Breakthrough, that's fine. Draconic Intervention, 4 mana, additional cost to cast the spell, exile instant sorcery from your graveyard. Intervention deals X damage to each non-dragon creature where X is the exiled card's mana value. If a creature dealt damage to say would die this turn, exile it instead, and exile Draconic Intervention. Huh. What else do we have? I'm gonna mark it here. What else do we have? Pigment Storm is good. Prismari Campus, it's fine, especially if we're going to be playing that. Pest Summoning would be okay. We're not really in green. Whirlwind Denial, I suppose. Huh. It's not great. We do have Mila. You know, maybe we end up running more Jeskai, because here I really want the Heated Debate. Arcane Subtraction is very good. Heated Debate is probably the best common in the set, so Pledge Mage would also be fine, but we're going to take the 3-drop here. I'm going to start moving some of these black cards out, because I'm less excited about them. Did I take Exodus or Mentor's Guidance? 2, 3, 4. There's always a chance that Mentor's Guidance come back. Pilgrim of the Ages, we wanted a 2. But we're going to take Extus here. Let's see, we have Negate, Quandar's Apprentice. We're not in green, really. Intro Prophecy. I think we take Negate. Pretty happy to play a Negate in this deck. We're going pretty heavy control channel here. Ugh. Test of Talents I think is okay. Academic Probation is also fine. As a matter of fact, I'll take Academic Probation, put it in the sideboard. It can be just the game-winning card. Tap down the opponent and bash in. I'm gonna take Anatomy here, pick 6. I think that's fine. Don't think we're playing Hunt. I'm gonna leave it for now. I think Hunt's worth playing. We don't have it yet. So Probation, I think, is our only lesson. Oh, Expand Anatomy. Okay. 2 lessons. Subtraction is the bee's knees, as they say in the 1960s. Yeah, subtraction's good here. In this deck, I might consider Campus Guide. I would certainly consider the what's the gold tap land? No, I forget the name of it. But subtraction just seems too good there. See, Serpent Stone Ring, interesting. There are some lands I don't like in the format, but I don't think it's really worth playing. Our red's not fantastic. Not by a long shot. We'll take another Rescuer here. Goodness. Okay, another subtraction. Pilgrim. Again, like I said, I would love a Pilgrim just to continue getting my mana moving. We might be dropping red. I think that Draconic Intervention is very good, but not too concerned. We're 12 non-creatures to 6 creatures. We're hefty. If we switch back to black and white, we have 3 squads and an Arrogant Poet. I'll play 1 Test of Talents. Don't really like first aid class. Home Monitor is good in a very aggressive deck. Scroll Wielder, 2/4. Instant sorcery spells you control have lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, exile 1 from your graveyard. You may cast it this turn. Okay. That's good. Tome Shredder is also good. Masterpiece is also good. Let's go with rare. See what we can do with it. I think Tome Shredder makes the most sense here. We can probably get Stunbinder's Familiar back. Okay. We do need some lands. Like Lordville Campus here seems quite nice. Subtraction though. Ouch. They were coming around earlier. Let's take the land for now. Apprentice. Spirit, okay. Not too exciting. We didn't get those expels back last time. I do want at least 1 expel. The more removal, the more better. Remember that. For all of you drafting at home, the more removal, the more better. It's correct English too. Oh man. Our deck's wonky. Our deck is wonky. It's an interesting Jeskai build. We've got double whites and double red cards. Blues are easiest colors to play out. 8 creatures. It's not a great reason to play Silverquill Campus. Just to have a campus, I suppose, so you can scry if need be. Mana Tithe here. But I think Pigment Storm makes the most sense. Or, what are we looking at in terms of removal? We've got a lot to learn. We're controlling the opponent pretty hard. Heated debate, intervention, burying books. I think the campus is needed. We're just a little a little confusing in our colors here. We do need playables as well, but each of these packs has considerable number of playables. Especially since we're in three colors, it benefits us quite a lot. We even have a couple red cards here. Home Monitor could be playable. It's not the best in our deck. Sudden Breakthrough, equally not the best in our deck. Thrill Possibility, though, could be very playable. Or then you get Plarg passed to you for some reason. Who is passing Plarg? Yeah, okay. That's the card we're going to pick. Of course, I'd love Pledge Mage. I'd play Summoning, Study Break. Absolutely, but we're not going to pass up Plarg. Let's see, Gambit, meh. Interception. It's end of turn, okay. Masterpiece, I think. Or do I want the card draw spell of Practical Research? I think I want Masterpiece. It gives me an opportunity to counter ramp. And if I get it late and I have a Fortune of Mana, then we can just play it and get 2/4/4s. But I think that's worth playing here. The 5-drop draw 2 cards is good. Certainly would play Practical Research, but it just wasn't going to be what we're looking for in this particular deck. Spectacle Mage seems really nice for us. Excavation, beginning your instant mill card, goes on land, gain 1 life, otherwise deals 1 damage. Okay. 5 mana, 3/4 is good. I think we're still going to take the 3-drop flyer. It gives us some way to actually get in, which is nice. I'll take Pledge Mage here. Yep. There's Familiar coming back to us. Great. We're just moving our lands out of the main board here. We have 2 cuts to make. Planning, Subtraction, Befuddler. This Trickster, that'd be great. This deck wants Trickster. I think I saw 1 Trickster, though. We have a bit of a pile here. I'm not sure this is going to end up working in our favor, to be quite honest. We're going to try, though. 3 mana, 3/3, 5 mana, 3/4. I think we go with Mentor. Keep our curve a little bit lower. Then we get another one anyway, so okay. Study Break coming back. Wow, no respect for the Study Break. Don't really have the ways to sacrifice, not interested. Okay, well, 1, 2, 2. Yep. All right, we have 2 lessons here. We don't need to play the Silverquill Campus because we get no black in the deck other than Extus, and it's the same thing as white, and so it doesn't give us anything new. So we're not going to play it, which is fine, but we will go ahead and cut a blue and a red from the deck and throw these in. Okay. We need to cut 7 cards, it thinks. Okay. I'm going to move these around. I'm going to put Masterpiece down here as a 2-drop. I think Battleseer can go. Mentor can go. What are we looking at creature-wise? 12 and 16, okay. Probably don't need 3 subtractions. I don't think that's going to benefit us too greatly. You care about 1 more card put into exile during your turn. Okay. Draconic Intervention is very good. I like Pledge Mage because it's going to end up breaking the opponent for a little bit, and we need that. We're going to move Burying Books down to 3 because I think it's going to be more of a trick for us. I don't mind our curve here. I think it looks pretty solid. Um, hmm. Test Talents can go. I do like it. I just don't think that it's going to be perfect in our. It's good in our deck. I don't think it's better than the other cards I'm looking at keeping. That's what I mean to say. I do need a way to make creatures unblockable because currently, what, I've got some 2/2 flyers, 3 2/2 flyers. I've got a Tome Shredder, which could be really solid if I can get it through. Mila, of course, is going to be really powerful. I could also play Luca. Is it worth playing Luca? Let me see. 6 mana, 5 loyalty, +1. Discard a card if you do draw a card. Okay. The creature card was discarded this way. Draw 2 cards. Okay. -2. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. It gains haste. Exile at the beginning of your next upkeep. That works really well if you have some good ETBs. I don't think I do. Get an emblem with. Whenever a creature enters the battlefield under your control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. I mean, that's good, but unlikely. Pillar Drop works really well with Luca. So you play Luca, you get the 2/2 flyer back, attack in, but you're also getting a 3 mana value card back to your hand. So those work really, really well. Is that the only one, though? I guess Pilgrim of the Ages could work too, but then it has to exile, whereas currently you can get it back over and over again. Plarg is okay. Yeah. Not a ton of really good stuff with Luca. Just the pillar drops, so it's a bit awkward. So this will let me cast instant sorcery cards from my graveyard, which is really powerful because with Opt, with Pop Quiz, with Study Break, should allow me to kind of move through my deck pretty well. Burying Books, just get rid of tokens left and right. That'd be fine. What do I cut? I need 3 cuts. See, this is where I wish I was streaming right now because I would love to have all of you watching and giving me your ideas on what to cut. More brains are better than 1. However, I'm left with part of a brain. So let's see what we can put together. We've got 12 creatures and 14 non-creatures. I'm going to go ahead and separate it by creature. I want to see what we're looking at here. If I can spell creature correctly. And our deck Star People's pretty weak. It comes in with a 1/1 counter on it. When it dies, I can move him to another place. And that's okay. But it's not fantastic. It doesn't really synergize with anything my deck's trying to do. So, it's out. Stoneminder's familiar as well. I've not been impressed with the card, but this is also not a deck that's going to be highly synergistic to it. Like Tome Shredder's kind of it, so it's Tome Shredder or bust for the Stoneminder's familiar. So I think we're going to go ahead and cut that. It'll most often be wasted anyway. What else should we do? We're pretty low on the curve. We don't really have a lot of reasons to get too high on it. And then blue is kind of our card, our color that we don't need a ton of. I think we're going to cut 1 island. I think we're going to call our deck like that. So this is the way we're going to run our deck. It looks pretty great. Man, we loaded up on learn cards. We've got 4 right here in our 2-drop slot. I actually cut a subtraction. And that's just, that right there is incredible. You got Rise, so there's 5. Pop Quiz is 6. And so it's really good. The downfall is we only have 2 lessons. Academic Probation, and Expanded Anatomy. Both of which are fine cards, but that's it. That's all that we have. And so it feels a little bit loose, but you got to remember that Learn, you can also end up discarding a card to draw a card, so it allows you to rummage. So, 2 mana tap 2 creatures are rummage because perhaps you have too many lands and you get to dig a little bit deeper. You end up with Rise to Exodus and only 2 lands in hands. What do you do? So, I think that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. I think our deck looks pretty fun. I look forward to playing it. So, we'll go ahead and cut here with the draft and we will jump into game one momentarily. So, sit tight and we'll jump in. All right, so we're going to go ahead and jump in with our I don't know, Jeskai spells. Jeskai control deck. That's what it feels like. It feels like we're trying to really control the game well. We don't really have the big haymakers at the top, so we're like a mid-range control deck, which is a little awkward, but should be okay. I like our hand here. I think we've got some really good cards. Opponent leads on Lorehold Campus. We're leading on Prismari Campus. Alright, Island for opponent. Great. I don't really want to be stuck holding up a City Break, so we'll just play Mountain. I don't think we want to play City Break quite yet anyway. Tome Shredder, it's a very good card, so maybe I did want to leave it up. We'll play Pilgrim here. Pretty happy trading Pilgrim for Tome Shredder. Happily take a Plains. Opponent plays Mountain. Pledge Mage, sure. Great. And just like that, we have Draconic Intervention online. I suppose we have other things that we need to do, though. Anatomy and Probation is what we were looking at there, right? Interesting. Yeah, I think we're going to pass our turn. We're not going to attack in. But on opponent's upkeep, we're going to Study Break them. Sure. You can have your token. Move into your upkeep, let you untap. And we'll Study Break you, lock your stuff down. Okay. Let's take Anatomy for now. Opponent can draw their card. They pass through their turn, okay. Yeah, let's go ahead and get in for 2. We're going to play Wormhole Serpent here. Oh, reject. Ouch. Reject Exiles, right? Yep. Alright. So I was hoping to actually land that so that I could block the Tome Shredder, even if they chose to pump it up to a 4. Tempted by the Auric. Okay, just so you can get in for 6. They keep the 2-1 for now, but that's not so crazy. We are going to go ahead and hit Tome Shredder and Auric. We'll take Academic Probation. This opponent does have me a little bit by the short hairs. I don't have much going on the battlefield. Funny enough, I could bury in books my Pilgrim of the Ages, end up getting it back in my library, I don't really know if I want that though. Um, hmm. Hmm. Yeah, we'll discard activate probation to draw another card. All right, Scroll Wielder seems good. That'll allow us to cast Pop Quiz on our next turn, which is pretty nice. Or Rise of Exodus, which is also very nice. But I think at this point, I kind of just want to hit Pop Quiz because Draconic Intervention can also eat the Rise of Exodus to end up blowing everyone else out. Uh-huh. We are going to go ahead and exile Rise of Exodus here. Blow away the opponent's stuff, everything exiles. Unfortunately, because I would have liked to at least have that to bring back. Okay. We will pass our turn, put a stop on opponent's upkeep so that we can scry. We do have negate now, which is nice. We are creature light, remember. We're feeling it here. Okay. Alright. Go ahead and scry here. We're not going to cast City Break. Okay. Yep. Pretty happy about that. We'll pass our turn. See what the opponent wants to do. So here, we can... Oh, it awkwardly... Oh no, I guess it didn't. We didn't really have any blue sources here. That's okay. We'll bury that. Spectacle Mage yourself, sure. You land a 4/4 here. See if they want to trade it. I don't think they will. Great. Get their one card out of their hand. Sure. Go ahead and tap them both down. We will not end up learning, unfortunately. That's a good card, though. We're going to be a little bit crazy here and go attacking, because we do need to kill the opponent. But getting 2/7/7 seems very strong. If the opponent does attack in here with something too crazy, I can end up burying it because the Spectacle Mage is still in the battlefield. Alright. Now, pretty sure the opponent has to block, or they have to block one of them. But do they double block and kill one? Or they just get it stopped? Okay, that works for me. I think they'll give a 3/2 back here on their turn. Yep. but I think we have the opponent here, unless they find a way to give it indestructible or get some extra damage in. Okay, that's good. Please no shock. Good game, opponent. Rookie Mookie, that was good. All right. Whew. 1-0 there with our Jeskai deck. You saw how quickly we came low and we were the underdogs, and it took quite a bit to get us back on top, but we did it. So 1-0 there with our Jeskai control deck. That was fun. Let's go ahead and jump into game 2. Okay. Yeah, it took a bit longer than I thought it would. I guess that's the way that control games work. I'm used to these games kind of going pretty quick, 5 to 7 minutes. That one's a bit longer, I think, about 10-minute match or so. This is good. I don't mind this hand. I wish we had a blue source for Barry, but lead on campus. More McGill 92. Good luck and have fun, my friend. Ooh, really wish we had a blue source now. All right. Opponent's got good mana going. At least on turn 3, we get to Tome Shredder and Bastion for 2. Forest. Vortex Runner, sure. Pilgrim. It's not a blue source, but it is getting us a little bit deeper in. No attacks. All right. Hmm. Don't even have double red for that. It's awkward. Yeah. We'll go ahead and play Scroll Wielder. No attacks at this moment. Eureka moment, sure. So we've missed a land drop now, which is unfortunate. Definitely need a blue source. What I really like is that I can end up cycling this to create a treasure token, and then Scroll Wielder will cast it for free for us, which is really darn powerful. But here they're learning, so I think they're going to get an Annihilation, would be my guess. Opponent's tanking. They might not be too worried about it since I don't actually have anything. Pest Summoning, okay. Sure. Yep. Pest Summonings it is. Nothing in the yard to do. Oh. Again, I guess we just pass. Really awkward. Opponent must be really confused what's going on in our hand, but the only spell we can cast is Expel if they tap a creature. Yikes. And Vortex Runner at the moment is not one I necessarily want to do. Variant Books would be great to do as well, but here we are. They're going to attack me with a 7/7, so we will expel it. Ugh, now they got Vortex Runner too. As a matter of fact, I think I want to expel the Vortex Runner. I'm going to chump with Pilgrim. Because we do have Variant Books, and that'll be really good for us if we can get a blue source. But I can't afford to take 7, that's for sure. With a Bloom, it's a very good, strong card. Bummer. Going ahead and eating my Scroll Wielder, because they don't want me to be able to expel again. Which makes sense. But I am going to go ahead and eat the expel here. No reason not to now. There's our blue source. A little late, though. If I take it, it puts me at 8. I don't like it. We're just going to take it for now. We'll see what happens. I imagine the opponent has burying books as well. They just have nothing they care to bury. Cram, sure. We can still win this. We do need runner lands. An island here would be perfect. Study break is something. I'm gonna put a stop on opponent's upkeep. And pass our turn. We're gonna study break the 5/5 and the 4/4. We'll resolve that. We will learn expanded anatomy. Pass our turn. Or not our turn, but just pass into their main phase. Trickster here. Okay. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and eat the study break then. Go ahead and grow to a 4/4. Gets in. They know we have the berry, so I imagine they have a counter here. No counter. 7/7 gone. Okay. Negate is not bad. As it stands, I think I lose, right? So I can bounce their 4/4, and I'm still taking too much. Yep. Yeah, there's just nothing I can do here. Good game, opponent. Tried to fight back into it, and just couldn't. The Frost Trickster there, it was the nail in the coffin. Oh, 1-1. It's okay. We'll begin making our way through this platinum range later, whenever we feel like it, right? No, it was good. 1-1. Good games, opponent. So, go ahead and jump into game 3. Okay, game 3. Game 3. That was fast. About the fastest firing we've had in the game. Mungo, good luck and have fun. Hopefully our Jeskai deck can really put some stuff together here. I don't mind this. This looks really good. We have a 2-drop. We've got a learn card on 2. We've got 2 3-drops. Creature and a spell. I feel like this is a pretty solid hand. We'll see what we can put together. Lead on mountain. Opponent draws. Forest. Island. Pledge mage down. Island. It passes. Okay. We'll go ahead and Spectacle Mage here. We'll pass. I wonder what our opponent's doing. They're holding up something. Draws campus. Okay. Opponent doesn't want to do anything. We don't have to either, I suppose. We'll just go ahead and get in for 2. Subtraction? Is that what we're looking at? I think it is. I think opponent just doesn't need to use it at the moment, so they're not wanting to. Place island. No plays, huh? Okay. I mean, it's interesting. We've certainly got lands. I would appreciate drawing not lands. Opponent subtract here. Nope. Just keep taking 2 at a time. Works for me. Eureka moment, okay. Have a 5th land? You do, okay. Sultai on our opponent's side. They've done nothing, though. As soon as they get a creature down, we can actually end up bashing in for 5, which will be pretty solid. Zomancy, sure. Okay. We're going to heated debate the professor. Kill that off. Attack for 5. Hold up subtraction for now. No reason to use it yet. But we are drawing all the lands. I wish we would stop that. I don't think we've drawn a single spell yet. We definitely haven't. The 4 spells we started the game with are the same 4 we have today. Ugh. Come on, deck. But you bring creature card. So, not fantastic at the moment. But it can bring Spectral Mage back if and when the opponent destroys it. Great. End our turn. I feel like we're too light on islands, just not getting as many as I want. Putrefy. Well, that's disappointing. Okay. Alright, well, we can Pillar Drop and Spectral Mage both next turn, so we can get 4 power in the air. So that's pretty nice. Opponent gets a 7/7 on board. Nothing to really do with it at the moment. Plarg and Augusta. Not yet. We're going to Pillar Drop. Get our 3/3. And go ahead and play it. So the nice thing is that I can Augusta next turn and get in for 6. That'll be pretty darn significant. Because potentially I could do that and Arcane Subtraction. Yeah, I think we could end up doing some pretty decent work here. They didn't like it. Okay, we're just going to take it at the moment. Hopefully get one of our good removal spells, Bury Invoke, something. Expel. Spell seems really good here. Opponent's thinking about countering it, I guess. Unless we pay 4? Okay, I'm going to pay 4. That's fine with me. Do you have a second? Okay. That's fine. Still going to get in for 2 here. Spectral Mage is in the yard. Yep. We'll give our 3/3 up here. Study Break seems quite nice. Well, we will Augusta. I'm going to put a stop on opponent's upkeep. We're going to attack. It'll untap. And then I'm going to choose to tap Pillar Drop again. Get 3 damage in on the opponent. Sure. What is the opponent going to learn here? Expanded anatomy. Okay. In that case, I'm going to remove the stop here. Let the opponent get all the way up to combat, because I think they're going to want to cast it. Mm-hmm. Symmetrist. I don't like Symmetrist. Putting anatomy on. Sure. We're going to tap both your creatures down. We'll take expanded anatomy here. Well, this just keeps getting better, doesn't it? Put our 2 counters on the pillar drop. Attack in. We're going to get in for 6 here. Okay. Definitely need something here, though, because we are in a little bit of trouble. Annihilation. Okay. Annihilating Augusta. Okay. Subtraction. Go ahead and tap both of them down. Take probation. Still really weak on blue sources here. Yes, okay. Protect my life total here. Get Wormhole Serpent down. Okay. If I draw Barium Books, I win the game. I'm so close. Draw Barium Books or my Wormhole Serpent stays alive. I win the game. Aether Helix. Okay. That isn't great. But the opponent doesn't want to attack him with a 4/4. Okay. That's incredibly ballsy. Okay, good game, opponent. I wasn't sure what was happening there. I imagine that was a shank scoop. They knew they didn't need to attack there, and they did anyway. But wow, wow. Good games, Mongo. Really enjoyed that game. 2-1 here with our Jeskai build, and so let's move on to game 4. Definitely a mistake by the opponent. You can almost just see it working on the other side of the screen where they attack and then they realize real quick, oh crap, that has flying. It's really unfortunate for the opponent. We were both on the ropes there. Very close game. Here we go. We have some blue mana finally, which is nice. Opponent, Intengumatiger. Intengumatiger? Gummy Tiger? Good luck and have fun, friend. We're going to lead on campus here. Opponent leads on the campus themselves. We'll play Mountain Pass. At this point, I don't actually want to play out Plarg. I think, while Plarg is very good, he's better later in the game. Needlethorn Drake, sure. Play land, and no. I should have played on Plains. Oh well. Opponent's going to attacks here. I can bury it, but I think I'm going to wait, especially if they're in Quandrix. They're going to end up having those giant fractals and such, and it's just going to be better for me to not bury it. But here we will Augusta. If the opponent does something to Augusta, then I do a pillar drop next turn that can bring her back, which is nice. Tempted by the Auric. Well, I don't like that as much. So burying books here will be kind of nice because I'll get Augusta back. Yep. We'll pass our turn here. See what the opponent tries to do. Because here we can bury and hold up negate to fight off any other counterspell that they have. Which is nice. Ugh. Well. I guess we're gonna bury it all. I should have waited for the Augusta trigger to finish. That way the Needlethorn Drake would have been tapped for 2 additional mana, but now they get to untap it and make it a little bit more Vigilance-like. Alright. Now I've got Pilgrim of the Ages, which is okay. Go ahead and play Pilgrim. Get a Plains. It kind of sucks that we're going to kind of shuffle away our Augusta, but at this point, Augusta's not going to do that much for us. We'll pass our turn here. Opponent scries. What do you find, opponent? Puts it on bottom. Plays an island. Getting in for 1 again. I'm not going to worry about it. Follows up with Leyline Invocation, which we will negate. Go ahead and get rid of that 6/6. I'm going to bash in for 2 here. Pretty contentedly play an island. And we'll pass. So here, what I'm setting up for a little bit is to get the counters. As a matter of fact, I'm actually just going to cycle this Plains. I don't want the Plains. Hand. There we go. Okay. A couple of 5-drop 2/2 flyers. Serpentine Curve. Okay. Huh. I think we're going to play Plains and pass. So this is awkward. I could play out the 2/2 just to stop the Needlethorn Drake from getting in. I don't care so much about that. If they get in with the 3/3, I'm going to block pretty happily with it. And then we can pillar drop, get it back, and then play it again, continue to thin out our deck of Plains. Which is something. It's not necessarily the best thing in the world. And also play 6 just to go ahead and get it back to my hand, which I guess I will. But nothing else going on. This keeps getting worse for me, though. Alright, great. We're out of planes. Yeah, we'll play a rescuer here. Interesting, they kept the 1/1 back. I guess they've got the decisive denial. They're going to try and blow me out. That'd be my guess. They're going to use their decisive denial to make the Drake bite the 2/2. Oh no, they just let the trade happen. Great. It's definitely a 2-for-1. Pilgrim will come back, though. Huh, okay. We'll decline. Don't need to shuffle our deck. Hmm. The big question is next turn. Do I block or do I just wait? I kind of think I want to wait because if I can play Augusta, then they both have 3 power. Oh, it just got worse. It just got worse. Okay. Hmm. Put a stop on my upkeep. That way I can scry, potentially get away any of the lands that I might find. Hmm. Triple block here. We haven't got any of our real removal. We haven't really seen our berries. We've seen one berry. Haven't seen the other berry. We haven't seen. Interesting, you'd bury that one. Huh. Well, here I think we scry. Um, I don't want the island. Go ahead and draw. But now we don't have 5 mana to play it. So. Hmm. Like, Rise of Exodus would be really good here. A Berry in Books would be good here. Archmage Emeritus is not really what I want to see. We're going to go to 2 here, which is very dangerous. Did not particularly want to land there. We're going to take Spectacle Mage. Play Spectacle Mage. Play land. Say go. Alright. Good game, opponent. Good game. Yeah, just we whiffed on our removal, which our deck has a really decent number of removals, so that's disappointing. We drew about every single land in the deck, so variance happens. It is what it is, and missed our pop quizzes as well. We would benefit from having like the Intro to Prophecy and stuff in the sideboard for lessons that we don't have, and that would really help us be a little bit more consistent on our draws and make sure that we're getting lands when we need them, we're getting spells when we need them. So it is what it is. But 2-2 here on the day, doing pretty well. We'll jump into game five. Now, yeah, perhaps we're 2-2. Perhaps I'm losing my touch on the draft experience, or here's more likely: we've ranked up into better competition, which is true, and more people have gotten used to the format now and kind of learned a little bit more of what works and what doesn't. I think those are things that are most likely true. Nothing going on. Let's do this. Ooh, this is a much happier hand. I think I would like to put Rise to the bottom. Yep. We'll lead on Prismari Campus. So the reason I put Rise to the bottom, we had 3 lands. We're at least 3 more turns till we actually hit what we need. And by that point, the opponent might even have something that I need to Rise. And so we'd rather hold off on it if I can. We can Plarg here, which isn't a bad idea because then we can end up rummaging pretty quickly, get through some of our stuff, which isn't a bad deal. We aren't very good in the 3 mana or less category, so that's just what it is. Yeah, we'll wait. See what the opponent ends up doing. If they end up putting some counters and stuff on Spectacle Mage, Burying Books is going to be pretty bonkers. But they just want to get in for 2, and I'm going to let that happen and pop quiz here. Okay. Double Spectacle Mage sounds really bad for me. Sounds really quite bad for me. Scroll Wielder N4 Bury-In Books would be my guess. Especially now that it's like super cheap. Take 4. Alright. Sweet. Actually, Tome Shredder here is going to get pretty bonkers. So we can't cast the Bury-In Books, which is unfortunate. But Radiant Scroll Wielder is going to trigger for Tome Shredder each and every turn. So I don't actually have to tap Tome Shredder in order to get the bonus. Oh, no, you do. Ah, stink. Okay. That was a bit of a mistake. So they cycled for a treasure here on there. What's the name of it? The Elemental Masterpiece. It's unfortunate for them because I assume they have a few of those, and with 2 Spectacle Mages, they're a lot easier to cast. Opponent's looking, trying to figure out what they want to do here with the Eureka moment, okay? Draw 2, throw a green onto the battlefield, play another forest, okay? Field trip, okay, get a 3rd forest. Well, they just ramped significantly in 1 turn. What are they going to learn? Elemental Summoning, okay? Getting in for 4. It's okay. We do not have a follow-up to it. Let's see. Got Augusta here. The reason Augusta is because I can end up burying in books on the opponent's turn, and that'll be pretty solid for us. Alright, we're going to go ahead and tap them both. I don't actually want them untapped. I'd rather get in for 6. Great. We'll end our turn there. I could expand Anatomy, hoping to do it again next turn, but I just don't think that's going to be as powerful as bouncing one of their Spectacle Mages, and then on my turn bouncing their Elemental Summoning. I think that's going to be quite oppressive for the opponent. Opponent only knows I have Anatomy in hand, but they see that I didn't cast it, so I think they have a pretty good idea that I can't that I have Bury as well. Yep. Elemental Masterpiece. That's I think we're gonna let it happen. Oh, bummer. I wish I didn't have quite all that mana. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. I'm going to Expanded Anatomy here, targeting Tome Shredder. Yeah, we're going to attack in. If the opponent wants to block, I can tap it to make it a 5/5. Oh, really? Well, Yeah, okay. That's fine. I'm a bit surprised that they double blocked that, to be honest. But it gets rid of 1/4/4 for us, which is nice. We can bury this other 4/4 here. They'll pay 5 mana on their turn, I suppose, to get another 4/4. But we're down to 2 life. We are in considerable trouble. We need our Dragon's Approach, Dragon Spell. I forget what it's called. All right, well, there you go. We got Raged. Wow, 2 and 3. So not a good showing for us at all in this deck. We're still at Platinum Tier 4, lowest of the low. Um, it is what it is, right? Variance. So let's go ahead and run into our recap and see, kind of speculate a little bit why we went 2 and 3. Okay. Well, one reason I think that we went 2 and 3 is, well, we never drew our opening bomb. Never saw it once. We even went through our deck considerably and just never found it. Never really found Opt either. Couldn't really dig deeper. Study Break and Subtraction both did really good work for us in those games. Gave us the capacity to really turn it on. Plarg and Augusta. Augusta's solid. Really surprisingly solid. Um, Tone Shredder, this wasn't the deck for it. It wasn't his best home. Heated Debate is great. I think I only saw it once. Expel only saw once. Draconic Intervention did do work that one game. Scroll Wielder, I think, has potential. It really does. It just needs the right home a little bit. Had I been able to get Masterpiece in the yard and then Scroll Wielder for free, oh man, it would have been so sweet, but didn't get there. Overall, I really thought our deck was really good. Our draws were kind of awkward. We didn't get what we needed when we needed them. And when you're looking at our most of our removal being 3 mana, like Study Break and Arcane Subtraction, they're both good tempo plays, but they're not truly removal. But Burying Books is a multi-turn tempo play, but it's effectively removal. Heated Debate is removal. Expel is removal. Those are 4 great ones. You have another one at Draconic Intervention at 4, and you have Extus at 6. I really thought the deck was solid. I did pull an island, and I think that hurt us in a couple games. I think playing 6 islands probably would have been better. Yeah, 6 islands would have been a much better call. I didn't really look at what we needed when I built the deck, which is stupid. Always look and count and think about what you want. Don't just put lands in based on the auto shuffler, which I did, which was, again, stupid. And then as far as our lessons go, we had so many good learn cards, but we had so few lessons. Expanded Anatomy, always worth having in your deck. Academic Probation, surprisingly does some work, so I was pretty happy with that one. Really wish we could have had Annihilation and Prophecy as well in the deck. Some Inkling Summonings would have been pretty helpful. Some Elemental Summonings would have been quite helpful as well. So we did what we could. We did what we could, and it ended up being okay. Just could have really passed on some of these other pieces, I think. In the end, I liked our deck. I think our deck could put up really good wins and results. I think variance got us. And so there were some deck building issues. Should have had 6 islands in the deck. Um, that would have really been a better decision. And I think I probably would cut a subtraction next time. I think they're a really strong card, but since we weren't heavy in creatures, subtraction was quite a bit weaker. And so if I remove subtraction from our deck, probably end up playing a test of talents. I think that'd be really helpful. I don't think either one of these white cards are worth putting into the deck still. Maybe throw the possibility be worth it just so we can get deeper into our deck faster. Um, but yeah, I think that's kind of what we would do. I don't think we would end up putting in Mentor or Seer. I think they're both fine cards. Just this deck didn't want them necessarily. Overall, fun times. Did have some building mistakes. I think I'm learning from that, which is good. Want to continue drafting, want to continue working alongside you just to learn the ins and outs of this format a little bit better. Continue to have better decision making in draft and building of the deck. And so, in the end, hopefully, both you and I can end up becoming better drafters overall. In the end, I'm grateful for being able to sit down with you, draft another game. If you did watch this video to the end, please hit that like button down below. Subscribe for another episode of Drafting with Kohath, and we will see you next time.